All right, hello class. I hope everyone's having a good day and had something good for lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever time you're watching this. Hopefully, having a good day. So, we're going to jump right into this. The 7 learning styles. You will need this for the final project, and on your final project, you will choose a learning style that I'm about to show you, one of the 7, and implement it or apply it to your final project where you teach it to, where you're going to teach High-Low Flip, the game, to another person. So think about these learning styles as I go through them, take some notes, and think about which one you'd want to use. Maybe even think about which learning style you prefer when you learn something new. There we go, had to click. Okay, the first is visual learners. So I am definitely a visual learner. I like to observe things, and visual learners like using pictures, images, diagrams, whiteboards, and those are a little bit more help to understand the information because they're visually seeing it. These students can easily visualize information and have a good sense of direction and usually likes to draw and doodle. I like that. I will always draw pictures on my notes sometimes to help me remember things better and when I am in class. Here's the second one is an auditory learner or an oral learner. They sound and music are a strong suit for these types of learners who typically have a good sense of rhythm. These learners are usually singers or musicians who are familiar with different instruments and the sounds they make. These learners are good listeners who normally learn best through verbal presentations like lectures and speeches. This is definitely not me. I do not learn well when someone just tells me to do something. I need to see them do it. Yeah, so this one basically, people are just gonna talk to you and tell you how to do something and you're just gonna do it based on their words. A verbal learner. These learners prefer using their own words, both in speech and writing. They can easily express themselves and usually love to read and write. Verbal learners tend to have a vast vocabulary and excel in activities that involve speaking, debating, and journalism. I haven't heard too much about this one, but I don't know. It's really interesting. Um, if you are a big fan of reading and writing, and using words to kind of dig deeper into explanations, using bigger words or more profound vocabulary, then this might be a good route for you. Okay, number 4 is a physical learner. So this is kind of a hands-on learning, I would believe. And these learners are all about sense of touch. Yes, it's the hands-on. Physical activities, playing sports is a big part of these students' lives. Getting hands-on is a must for these learners who love to tinker and learn best when they can do rather than see or hear. So this is definitely me as well. I'm a visual and a physical learner. So I like to, for example, I work at a desk job and I work at a computer. So I like to have somebody next to me kind of show me where I need to click, what files I need to open, and they kind of show me what to do. Then I have them stay with me and I do it myself. And then they let me do it and they'll give me any feedback. But I would say this is one of my favorite ways to learn as well. Getting hands-on, really just diving deep into projects and things like that and trying to work things out on your own. And I like this one because it seems like you can be a little more creative with your learning. So I really like this. Number 5 is a logical learner. I haven't heard too much about this one either. If there is logic, reasoning, and numbers involved, these learners are sure to excel. These students function and solve complex problems by employing strategies and use their scientific way of thinking. Computer programming, math, and science are usually favored by these types of learners. Definitely not me. I am not a math fan or a science fan or a programming fan. Um, like like it says there, they like to solve the complex problems. They dig deep and they're sure to excel when there are those kind of problems and when reasoning and numbers is involved. So it's an interesting learning type for sure. Number 6 is a social learner, learning in groups. This is your group work that everybody dreads in college and in school. This is learning as a group. I don't honest. I like learning as a group, but it's not my preferred way. Um, it's it's hard because I'm not a very assertive person. I'm not really I like to put my opinion out there, so it it gets a little harder for me to um, kind of learn around my own opinion with other people. So let's read about this. Learning in groups and working with others is favored. They know how to communicate effectively and enjoy collaborating with others, brainstorming, and discussing ideas and concepts. They're generally good listeners who are thoughtful and understanding. So I would fall into this category. These students prefer to use self-study and work alone. This is the solitary learner. They're intrapersonal, I believe. And they are independent and are very self-aware and in tune with their thoughts and feelings. I would say that my wife's little sisters are like this, and they like to be on their own. They like to go out and do things on their own and figure out themselves, and they're very independent. They're really smart, honestly, and I think it's a very effective way of learning, and it's kind of how my training is at work right now. I have to kind of go out and find it on my own because my trainer is working from home. So I kind of have to go out and where I go to the programs, find everything on my own, and it's a little tough for me. So because that's just not how I learn. These learners prefer being away from the crowds and learn best in a quiet place where they can focus on the task at hand. So high-low flip, this may not be the best one to do because high-low flip involves playing with other people and teaching somebody one-on-one or having them just giving them instructions and basically they'll go read it is what it is, and um, they'll figure it out on their own, basically, is this solitary learner. um, yeah, think about which one are you. Take a guess, think about it, and for the final project you'll want to choose one of these and use it in a way to teach high-low flip. So you could do visual learner. You could have pictures of um, cards to play on a certain card, or pictures of what to do next. And the auditory learner, you could just have a podcast or even a YouTube video. I don't know, with somebody telling you how to play the game. So physical hands-on, have people try it out themselves and see how they do it, or not, so there's a lot of ways around this project. So have fun and go get it done.